Good morning and welcome to Yin Yoga, Soulful Sunday Practice. So for those who have never done Yin Yoga is all about releasing into your fascia, the fascia tissue, which is our, the fascia is all over our body. Think about it as like very thin, a very thin fabric that goes all around our muscles, our ligaments, our tissues. And when that gets really super tight, our body gets really clogged, okay? Think about it as a clogging. You get either back pain, shoulder pain, your whole body is tight. So we need to go actually past the muscle and go into the fascia. That's why we hold poses and deep breathe into each pose. So then your body is able to heal itself through the holding of the posture, or what I call the unfreezing, like when we defrost something out of our freezer, you're defrosting, you're unthawing not only the body, but the mind to help you heal that part of your body. The mind is so important in this practice to let it go and paying attention to where your thoughts are going and just pulling it back into the present moment. That's also building your mindfulness practice. So as we start our practice, we will be going over all of this. For today, you need a strap and you need 2 blocks. If you don't have those, work with what you have today. If you have some medicine balls, that would be amazing as well. We'll do a neck release at the end of the practice. And a blanket. This will help you hinge forward. When we put a blanket underneath our sit bones, it will help you access more of a fold without feeling sharp shooting pain. So going on, and also this is a bolster. So if you could do a bolster, or if you have a pillow, anything that kind of looks like this. Again, you could even use a thick blanket and make it look like a bolster. So grab your supplies and I will meet you on the mat in about 1 minute, and just go ahead and get yourself organized, no rush. And while you're getting yourself organized, I am going to explain to you the yin scale. So when you're in a yin posture, 1, feeling nothing, 10 is that sharp shooting red flag pain. You never want to be at a 10, but you want to be somewhere between a 5, 6, 7. If you're a really, if you've been practicing yin yoga, advanced practitioners could even go up to an 8 or a 9. But I wouldn't advise doing that if you are not used to doing yin yoga. So get it to where it's in that dull, achy sensation. And then we're going to hold that posture. Each posture today will be holding for 1 to 2 minutes to introduce you to this style of yoga therapy. So with that said, we will all begin in 30 seconds. Namaste. Namaste means I see the light in you and you see the light in me, and we are all together in this life together to lift each other up. I just love that. So you don't have to say namaste at the end of something. You can say namaste as a greeting. You can say it as an end. You can always use namaste in your life. It's a wonderful, peaceful gesture to give someone else. It just means you see their light and you're here to help lift them up. So with that said, we're going to start in an opening yin yoga posture that is going to really open up the chest and open up the heart. So I want you to place your 2 blocks just like I have here. One is going to be on a side position. Now, depending on your flexibility in your thoracic spine, you may want this on the low level, or you could have it on the medium height. This one is going to be on your neck. Okay, now depending again what your neck flexibility is, you can adjust. So I have this on the medium and the high, and we're going to just start with a little bit of breath work. So I want you to place your feet in Supta Baddha Konasana. That is, the soles of the feet are together, the knees are soft, And then just take your body down slowly, 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 by walking the hands here, and find this first block onto the mid back or the thoracic spine. And then you may need to adjust, and then take the top of the head right to the low nape of the crown, the nape of your neck or the crown. Make any adjustments. And then I just want you to cactus the arms or let the palms on the floor. Wherever you can feel this space and opening in the shoulder blades. And really finding this first posture as our way to find our breath. Now, if this is too tight for you, please be my guest to turn your palms down or experience palms up. Maybe you want to flow between the two, opening and closing the hands depending on your flexibility. But here we're just going to work on the breath. So we're going to find that Ujjayi breath, that breath that is the sweet, gentle, therapeutic breath. We're going to inhale through the nose, sealing the lips, taking the tongue to the top of your mouth, and then exhaling slowly out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Keep moving with this breath. I'm just going to give you a few cues. I want you to make sure the lips are sealed and the breath should sound like an ocean wave. It should sound like an ocean wave or like you're fogging up a mirror. So that heated breath, that internal breath, that where you're pushing all the air out and then you're bringing all the air in. So try to make this breath like it's feather light. It's a feather light breath. It's nurturing, it's kind, it's peaceful, it's calm. Take 3 to 4 more breaths like this. Just let it come in fully to the top, then pause, and then let it go out. So soft and smooth, really smoothing out the breath. And in Yin Yoga, we don't talk a lot. I will give you cues throughout the class, but I want you to really work on the breathing. Inhale through the nose and exhale. One more deep breath like this. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, friends. Gently push those palms now into the floor. Squeeze the knees together. Let the knees drop to one side. Shift the hips over. And then prop yourself up just ever so gently. And gently roll up onto one hip. And we're going to take our first opening posture called butterfly. We're going to do a hip opener practice today, hip opening. And we'll also get into the psoas muscle. So with the butterfly posture, you want the soles of the feet to be together. Soles of the feet are together. And then you're going to take your hands and cup them over the toes. Now, do you see how I just rounded here? So that's a natural thing to do. Now I want you to lengthen the spine as if you had a yardstick in your spine and you don't want it to be broken. Do you see the difference between that? So this is rounded and this is straight. So I'm pulling the crown of the head up. on a 45-degree angle. And if you cannot even get into this, this is where the blanket is going to come in. This is where I want you to take a blanket and put it underneath your sit bones. And this will help elevate the hips so you're able to access this pose better. So it lifts it up and you can come forward more, okay? So now we're in this butterfly pose. If you need to put blocks under your knees, you can. So take any props that you need, let the knees ease towards the earth. And now inhale, lengthen the spine as if you had a yardstick and your whole spine. Inhale here. And then exhale, soften by bending the elbows and coming forward. Bending the elbows and coming forward, but keeping the spine nice and long. Inhale, pulling the crown of the head up just a little bit, but on a 45-degree, and then exhale, soften. Make sure that the shoulders are now released. If your shoulders are up in your ears, gently pull them down towards the hip and let yourself feel like you just created a book length of space between the ear and the shoulders. Good, so shoulders are soft and you're pulling gently on those tops of the toes and you're finding the length here. And now I want you to go into that parasympathetic nervous system where you're actually bringing this calm, this peace, and tranquility. And then send your breath to whatever dull, sick sensation you're feeling in your low lumbar spine. With every breath, feel the length of the pose. And on the exhale, deepen it and really go into that feeling, sensation. The breath does wonders for your body. It's like a miracle. When you send your breath to that dull, achy sensation and really let your body unfreeze and get unstuck. Now find that really feather light breath. We're going to inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and walk ourselves up. Beautiful. Walk ourselves up. And then just squeeze the knees together and then just kind of open them and squeeze and open them and squeeze. Good. You can remove your blanket if needed. And then we're just going to go into this gentle windshield wiper action. So just doing a couple of little rebound poses to get us to the next pose. Beautiful. Really feel the hip joint working here in your windshield wiper. Again, move with your own flexibility, but get it to the edge and get into that joint. Good. Nice, everybody. Beautiful. Now, we're going to go into our second yin-like posture, and you're going to have an option to use a strap. This is called cow face pose. So you're going to take your right leg, and you're going to take this left heel and hook it behind you. It's not sitting on your butt, but it's just right outside your butt. And then you're going to see if you can stack your knees. Now, if you can't stack your knees, that's okay. You could even take a block, a pillow, or a blanket and cushion here. Even a washcloth is really good to cushion. So if you're feeling any kind of pain here. So we're going to have your strap nearby because we're going to have an option to do a shoulder opener as well. But for the first few moments, I just want you to grab the big toes and I want you to pull up through the crown of the head and really lengthen the spine here and feel the sensation. Maybe this is all that you can do today. Again, soften with a washcloth here if this is painful. And you're going to take a breath in, inhale, and exhale. Spine is still long. Dip the chin and roll the neck out. Roll the neck out with those nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Taking it the other direction. Inhale, shoulders are soft. Pulling up on those big toes. Take the biggest neck rolls you've had of the day and make it like a beautiful massage internally, loosening up the ligaments and the tendons. Beautiful. And now to activate this pose, my friends, I'm going to give you two options. You can inhale here and then exhale again, pretending you have that rod in the back of your spine. Lean forward to a 45-degree. If you need to put that blanket underneath the sit bones here because you feel your bum is lifting off the floor, please use that blanket. Now you can stay here. If you're more flexible, you can take your hands in front of you and you can bow into it even more. Some people even like to take a block and put their forehead onto a block and then lengthen fingertips in front of the block. So this is called cow face pose. So now I want you, whichever place you've chosen to be, I love to have the block because then I don't have to think about my neck being supported. So I can still have my spine nice and long. You're lengthening through your whole back, hinging forward, not rounding, but hinging. So again, please use that blanket underneath the sit bones. And now we're going to take 5 therapeutic breaths. And I want you to feel the breath puffing up, like it's puffing up every single vertebrae in your spine. That's how slowly you're going to take the breath. You're nurturing each vertebrae as it goes up the body. And on the exhale, you're softening and you're deepening your relaxation. Okay? So we're going to do it together. Inhale deeply through the nose. Nourish every vertebrae in your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let the breath crawl up the spine. Exhale. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, soften. One more, inhale. Exhale. Slowly start to drag the fingertips. And now you can round the spine to come up. Round the spine to come up. Beautiful. And then just take your strap here, just a little variation for using the strap in cow face pose. I really love this. You're going to want to double up the strap. And you're going to just sling it over your right shoulder. Take the opposite hand and grab for your strap. And now walk the hands closely together as much as you can, okay? And now pull the elbows apart, and maybe your knuckles are even on your thoracic spine, that's your mid-back. Maybe your knuckles are right there, and it can poke your chest and your heart like you just pushed your heart forward, right? So a lot of people just stay here if this is enough. But you're gonna take a nice big breath here, inhale. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, but don't let the elbows and the body collapse. Again, like you have that yardstick in your back. And then just see where you can go. With cow face, your gentle gaze is at the earth and you're pulling the strap like you're trying to break it in two pieces in the middle. So you'll definitely start to get into that shaky zone into the shoulder blades. Let the neck just be soft. And we're going to take 2 breaths here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. A lot of people like to take their chin outside of their top knee. Maybe you've gone that far, maybe you haven't. If you have, then we're just gonna all start to release the strap and roll yourself back up. Beautiful job, you guys. Go ahead and release the strap. Take your legs out in front of you. Again, that was a lot on your knees. Shake it out so we can get the blood back, especially behind the knees. Just shake it out and take some nice little shakes. Beautiful. Again, this is called a rebound pose. Nice. And then we will take it and do everything that we just did on the opposite side. So tucking in that right heel right outside the glute, and then bringing this top leg, you're taking your left knee now and finding your cow face position. Cow face position. On this pose, if you want to interlace all of your fingers, so we can just do something different for the toes, almost if you know what yoga toes are, because our toes are very like prisoners. So take a finger and put them in between all of your toes. Okay, I love doing this. I have a lot of feet problems, so toe and feet problems. So this is really great therapy for that. Your toes may be screaming because maybe they haven't been open like this, but we're going to take this variation for the other side. Again, blanket underneath your sit bones. If you can't move forward or hinge forward, you need a blanket under your sit bones. Please grab that blanket. We're going to inhale forward, nice tall spine, and then exhale, coming down and finding your edge. Remember, you can have a block in front of you. So anything that you used before, you can use now. So deeply taking those therapeutic breaths. Inhale in and exhale out. Finding that ocean-like quality, that calm, peaceful breath, friends. And here I'm going to get into a little bit of a meditation for you. I want you here, while you're breathing, I want you to think about where you've been sending your energy and your mind lately. And has it, all that energy that burns out our adrenal glands, sometimes we send our energy to the wrong places, and then we don't have energy to do the things that we love because we've been spending so much time on things in our life that really don't matter, right? So think about, where have you spent some time and it just exhausted you for the day, and it ended up not even being anything that benefited your life whatsoever. I want you to think about how you can catch yourself and not give energy to those things that at first you're like really upset at it and it really bothers you, but learn how to just roll it off so you don't burn out your adrenal glands. You don't send energy to your life where it's not going to benefit you. So take that in consideration and release anything that you're holding on to, old thoughts, old relationships. Maybe there's some frenemies. Maybe there's, who knows, somebody that drags you down every day with a phone call. Make sure that you're spending your time and your thoughts all towards positivity and towards benefiting your mental health. When your mind is right, the body will follow. So keep breathing into this pose for one more breath and see where you can really let your mind become free. Inhale deeply. And exhale sweetly. When you're ready, roll yourself up and go ahead and grab that strap one more time. Beautiful, soulful Sunday practice, my friends. Go ahead and fold it in half. Take this strap and just gently take it over the left shoulder now. Stretch the right hand out and then do the same process. Crawl your hands together and then open up the shoulder blades and the elbows, right? This may be just enough. Inhale here. And then exhale, hinge from that waist and the bottom rib and bring yourself forward and pull that strap apart. Squeeze elbows back. Inhale for 2 breaths here. Inhale sweetly. Find that breath. Like a feather, let it come out. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, friends. Come all the way back up. Nice. Go ahead and release that strap. We'll take our block off to the side. Again, that rebound pose. And shake it all out. Get that blood back into the flow of the knees. Shake it out. Beautiful. Here we are going to do a seated figure 4 pose. Seated figure 4. So take the right foot, hook it onto on top of the left knee, and then start to bend this left sole of the left knee. Sole of the foot is on the ground. Now, depending on your flexibility here, be into the palms and push and guide that right knee to the earth. Okay, and then really with a nice tall spine, inhale here, find your seated figure 4. And then exhale, spine is long. Inhale, deepen the pose. Exhale. Here I want you to rainbow the neck from side to side. Rainbow the neck from side to side as if you were trying to make a rainbow up and over the very tippy top of the crown of your head, and start to get into the nooks and crannies of the neck. Releasing that side neck. Do you think you can synchronize the breath with an inhale over? Exhale to the other side. Inhale, wave the neck over. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, friends. If you'd like to come down onto the back now, just to deepen this figure 4, roll onto your back, grab and interlace, and then take your head down. But I really want you to push that right knee forward and then squeeze and really feel the length in your back, like everything is pressing into the mat. Your sit bones are just soft. Shoulders are back. Spine is extended and long. Roll out that ankle. Beautiful, friends. Take one more breath like this. Maybe take the ankle the opposite direction. Really deepening the pose with the last breath here. How deep can you go? Where is that number on the yin scale? Feel it and breathe. Send your breath to that right hip. Inhale in. Exhale it out. Now send the left sole of the foot down to the earth. See if you can take that big toe, the big toe with your peace fingers, and then keep this knee up, and you're just gonna take it into a half happy baby. You're gonna take it into a half happy baby, and I wanna see if you can put your femur bone, which is your quad, onto the floor, onto the opposite side. So the sole of the foot is flexed and facing the sky, and depending on your flexibility, you're guiding your quad or your femur bone to the floor as if it would to mirror. Now, don't judge yourself, okay? Maybe you're just here today and you can't hardly even get your knee to the ground. That's okay. Work within your means. Maybe you need to have a blanket there. Soften. Don't let this left knee hang out. Bring it and pull it in. Make sure it's squeezing towards the midline. And we're gonna take 2 breaths here. Inhale deeply. Exhale sweetly. Inhale in. Exhale out. Taking that right heel now, the outside of the right heel, and just taking it for a really nice twist, using it as a little lever on the outside of the left thigh. Let everything fall to the right. And your hands can be right here straight, or maybe grab for the opposite elbow and pull your body over to the left. I really enjoy this when my spine is arcing an elbow and grabbing onto my right elbow, and I'm gently just bringing everything to the left as the knees fall over to the right. Take a really deep inhale here. It's almost like you're in this banana pose with the left side of your waist. Inhale through those deep spaces, those dull, achy sensations. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale sweet. Beautiful, friends. Bringing your hips back to the center line. Let's just grab for both tops of your shins. Bring the knees and the feet together. Then maybe bring the forehead up. Inhale here. And exhale, roll your head and your upper spine back to the mat. Beautiful. Just taking a little bit of a rebound pose. Make little circles in one direction. Inhale. Massaging that sacrum. And then circles in another way. Beautiful, friends. We'll go ahead and let those knees go over to the left. Push yourself up so we can do the opposite side. And just take your figure 4 to the opposite side. I really like experiencing figure 4 in different ways. So seated figure 4, maybe walk your hands. If you're more flexible, walk your hands more in towards your sit bones. Get a nice tall spine. We don't want to be rounded. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And now exhale, send the left knee towards the front of your room to open up that left hip. Good. Keep this foot flexed and really keep on energetically guiding the left knee towards the front of your room. Deeply feeling this figure 4 position. Find space. Then move your breath through the body with grace. Now we're going to do something different for our neck, friends, while we're holding this figure four. I want you to look down at that left shoulder like you're dipping your chin in. You're going to take an inhale here, inhale in. And then exhale, lift the chin and rainbow it up and take it over to the other shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, up and over. Exhale. Find your breath synchronizing with the movement. Just close your eyes so the chin goes down towards the shoulder and then you gaze up. Again, we're getting into the neck space as we're letting this left hip marinate into the pose. Giving yourself this deep therapy so you can find room and space in your own vessel, your own body. Take it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful friends. Taking this figure four a little deeper, we're going to roll onto the back. Roll onto the back. Easy, easy, easy. Taking yourself down. And then interlace. You can even grab for behind the thigh here or on top of the shin. I find that I can get a little bit more grip with my fingers interlaced. Again, this right foot is dangling. And then all your energy is going here to guide that knee to the front of your mat. Good. Let that knee dangle or the foot dangle. That's very key here. Let it completely relax. And then get into that 5, 6, 7 place. Keep pulling, pulling, pulling that shin where your fingers are interlaced. Let that right knee come towards the right shoulder. Release the shoulders onto the mat. When you've got your complete edge, you can consider just gently rolling out the ankle. Inhale. Exhale. And making a commitment this week, my friends, with all of your energy, right? We need to know where to take our energy from day to day. But can you make a commitment that when you find yourself spiraling out of control, you're spending your energy on things that aren't nourishing, that are not loving and kind to your body? How quickly can you get out of it, okay? Knowing that you only have so much of an energy bank in your body a day, we don't want to spend any of that energy on non-beneficial things for us. So just make that commitment to yourself as we breathe into this pose. One last breath, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, you can just take that heel, the outside of the heel, tilt everything over to the left. The hands can be in a T. If you further want to stretch over to the other side, grab the right hand, pull left elbow into what I call banana pose, and find your little edge here. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale, sweep. Really getting into that parasympathetic nervous system. One last breath here. Go ahead and take yourself back to that figure four. We're gonna do that half happy baby. So grab for your big toe with your index fingers. Keep the knee bent on the right. Again, shoulder blades are on the mat, and then pull this knee down towards the earth and see where you can go in this half happy baby. So my femur bone, which is my quad here, I'm trying to mirror it to the floor. Trying to mirror it to the floor. Maybe take this opposite arm and cactus it, so then you can further open up that right shoulder. And take 3 deep breaths here. Pull your knee into the midline. Inhale, deepen that half happy baby. And exhale, soften. Maybe take that knee a little bit further to the floor. Inhale with a really beautiful breath. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Beautiful friends, go ahead and take this foot, match it to the other foot, and again, compression of the lower lumbar spine. Bring the forehead up, inhale, and then exhale, roll it down. Beautiful friends, we're just gonna take these knees now, and 2 options, depending on how tight you are. You can crisscross the legs and take a full wrap or a full vine, almost like an eagle pose. Tee out the arms or cactus them. We'll open up the shoulders even more. Inhale here, pulling the knees towards the chest first, and then exhale, let them fall over to the right. Let them fall over to the right and find this delicious space. Trying to soften that left shoulder to the earth. And now take 3 breaths here. 3 therapeutic breaths here. Inhale, deepen this pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, sweeten. When you're ready, just unwind those legs. Take them straight up. Flex the feet towards your forehead just for a brief moment. Find your whole back onto the spine, hollowing out the belly. Good. And then taking your variation with bringing the knees into tabletop, or perhaps you want to take that twisted eagle wrap legs, but then pull the knees towards the chest a little bit before you take it to the left side. Ooh, gently go down. Be kind to your body. And then soften into the pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, soften. Beautiful friends, go ahead and unwind those legs. Again, taking them straight up, flexing them. We're going to be going into our final posture for the day now, our Shavasana, with a neck rollout, an option to have a neck rollout. So go ahead and take that block that you used at the beginning of the practice and take your therapy balls and place them right on your block, okay? Now, this may take a little adjustments to get used to it. Put your feet in Supta Baddha Konasana and then take your neck down onto the therapy balls and get it right into that little sweet spot, And now let everything go. You could have blocks or blankets underneath your knees if this is uncomfortable for you. And then ever so slightly, this is the key. I want you to take the nose up till you feel that ball roll, and then take it down. There's no big movements here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You could also just go from side to side, rocking your neck just a little bit. It's just kind of moving your jaw, actually. Maybe just swaying, feeling like your cheeks are just going to go from right to left, and get into those little nooks and crannies. And when you find a spot, press into that spot and hold it and press it down like a little acupuncture point. And then once you've got that spot, then you can take that little nose and roll it. It's ever so slightly. I'm talking about an inch up and down. Get into that spot and roll that little place out, right? Just like we do with the rollers, the foam rollers. You're doing that same thing and massaging into the neck. You can do that for about 10 seconds, and then you can find another tight spot. Press the ball deeply into your neck and then roll it out. So we're going to end our practice here, friends. Flip your palms up. And again, ask yourself this little question. I have all this energy in my body. I wake up every day, hopefully with a full tank, right? If you've had that restful sleep. And where do I want to put my energy so I don't burn out my adrenal glands, so I can have that therapy all day long? And I'm not saying you don't have to deal with stressful situations, but sometimes we spend too much time on situations that really don't need that time. So be really mindful as you're moving through your week to make this precious energy in your body work for you. So you have all the energy to do all the things you love and nourish your body from the inside out. Let's do a soulful breath together, my friends. Make that commitment for yourself. Inhale in and exhale out. Hands come into prayer. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yin Yoga class. Hope you got some therapy for yourself, and namaste. Happy Soulful Sunday. Make it a great one, friends. Namaste. And I will see you on your mat tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. as we do a 30-minute yoga practice and a 30-minute hot Pilates class. Please let me know if you have any stretches or exercises that you need work on. I'm happy to work with you on that in a private Zoom lesson. Namaste, and I'm here for you. Thank you for choosing Flow and Glow. I care about your health mentally and physically from the inside out. Namaste.